Yo, I'm back at the lab. About to make some dinner. Anybody want to eat? I could cook. But let's get right to it. I'm coming to y'all with two firearms. And this is just my opinion. Any videos that I make is just my opinion. Everybody got their own opinion. That's one thing about, the world. You can have your opinion. These two firearms right here, they've been going back to back. And everybody said this one is the best, that one is the best. Y'all make up your own opinion. Y'all let me know. So these two firearms that I'm talking about, one of them, everybody talks about it. A lot of people like them. And I'm back with this one again. And that's the Glock 45, Gen 5, 9mm. This one comes with 317 round mags. And the next one I'm talking about is the CZ P10C. This one comes with two 15 round mags. One thing about Glocks, they give you more mags for your money. So these two right here, been going at it for a while. CZ and Glock. At one time, they said CZ was the Glock killer. Y'all let me know in the comments. Was it? Or is it? As YouTube, y'all can see, there's nothing in my firearms, no magazines. So let's get right into it. These two been going at it for a while. One thing I could say, they both got similarities. Similarities that they got is the fact that they both come with not good sights. Plain and simple. They both 4-inch firearms, but CZ is a little bit taller. Longer. Pause. The Glock grip is more thicker. Pause. I hate saying that, but pause. The serrations and the grip don't come all the way up to the top, as y'all can see. CZ stops right there. Glock stops right there. And all this right here is smooth. All this right here is smooth. So they need to do better with that. CZ, they just came out with the ported. And I think they should have, everything else was fine, but I think they should have came straight up with the texture. That would have been nice. They both, the serrations and the grip is very nice. It won't slip. But CZ beats the Glock out as far as the front serrations and the back serrations. You grip this thing, you're going to have mad prints in your hands. Glocks is all right. It's all right. It's not like CZ, but they all right. Like I said, CZ is more slimmer in the back. Let me see if I can get this shown. As you can see, CZ is more slimmer than the Glock. Glock is more wider. I cut the beaver tail off the back of the Glock, as I do all my Glocks. One thing about CZ, they still got somewhat of a beaver tail, but it feels just right. It's more straight up and down, like a 1911 than the Glock. The Glock, if you shoot Glocks a lot, you know you got to can it down a little bit, but it works. They're reliable. CZs is reliable too. I haven't seen nobody say that CZ is not reliable yet. That's another thing I could say. I haven't seen nobody say that, it didn't fire, failure to feed, any of that. People been having good, you know, people been having good thoughts about the CZ. And CZ is coming up a lot, a lot. Right now, and I think they beating out Glock because they coming out with more firearms, uh, better firearms that looks good. Glock is still Glock. You know, they came out with, you know, the 49 or 47, but everything is still, you know, basic. You know, sights, everybody's still changing out the sights. But one thing about Glock, and everybody say they ugly, but I think the reason why they do that because a lot of people likes to fix up their firearms anyway to make it theirs. So if it's not broke, why fix it? You know what I mean? You can do whatever you want with Glock. You have more things that you can buy for Glock than you can buy for CZ. There's more product out for Glock than it is out for CZ. The trigger. The trigger is spongy on the Glock. The trigger on the CZ is nice. Very tactile. I know some people hate that word. Glock is very tactile too. You can hear it, you know, when you're shooting it. But like I said in my videos, when it comes down to, you know, getting at it, you're not worried about no trigger pull, none of that. You're not saying it's a 5-pound trigger before you shoot. No, you're not worried about none of that. So, you know, we're not even gonna go on that. The opening for the trigger, if you got on gloves, you could do what you need to do with the Glock. The CZ got more opening where the trigger finger is at. So if you got on gloves for the winter, where I'm at, it's East Coast. So, you know, it gets cold. Yeah, you could do that. Picatinny reels, they both got one Picatinny reel, so you could put a light laser, whatever you want to put on the bottom of it. Serrations on the front. Glock got more serrations on the front. You could grip it real good. You know, if you need to manipulate your firearm, the back got serrations. If you need to manipulate your firearm, CZ, as you can see, they got serrations, but it don't come all the way up like the Glock, but you still could get to it, the back too. So these are the difference of the firearms. They're both reliable. If you're thinking about going out there getting either one of these, you're not going wrong. You can count on these. You can count on these firearms right here. And like I said, this is what I think. And if I'm wrong, leave it in the comments. But even though there are a lot of firearms out there that you could try, just go to the range. They rent them out before you buy them. But they both good. I did a little bit more with the Glock. You know, my Cerakote job on it. I put Trichicon night sights on them. All my firearms mostly got Trichicon night sights. Somebody hit me up and asked me what do I have on my firearms. Trichicon. They are a lot, but I like them. All my firearms got the U shape in the back with the 2 dots. That way, if I got to get up at night, I know where they at. I know where my firearm is at. So, takedown, they both the same. That's why they say CZ try to, kill a Glock. They both the same. They not ambidextrous. Only thing that you could do is ambidextrous, the slide lock, slide release on them. As far as the mag release, you have to switch it over on the other side. Other than that, the grip is basically the same size. Only thing it is that I got the mag well on the Glock, but they both the same size. It's kind of crazy how this holds 15 this whole 17. That's the difference. 2 more rounds in the Glock than the CZ. So, yeah. These is 2 firearms that been going head to head for a while. And like I said, you won't go wrong with none of these 2. Plain and simple, none of these 2. Any firearm that you get, as long as you put that practice in, you won't go wrong with them. I believe that if I had to take one, which one would I take? I'm sorry. Which one would I take? I will have to go with the Glock. And the reason why, this is just my opinion, and everybody know if shit hits the fan, which it might one day, if shit hits the fan, I can find whatever I need with a Glock. You will find a Glock magazine somewhere around, you know what I mean? You will find parts to a Glock. They both 9mm, so you will find rounds, you know, if you need rounds somewhere. So that's why I would take the Glock. Other than that, I think the best thing about the CZ to me is the fact that I really do shoot both of them very good. But with the trigger and the CZ, I really get at it. I really get at it with the trigger and the CZ. Because I mean, it is like really nice to be a striker fire trigger. Anything that probably could beat the CZ trigger is the Walther PDP. They got some good triggers. So like I said, mind you, trigger pull right there, just right there. And then, you know, the release is crazy. It don't even go that far. It's right there. So I shoot very quick with the CZ. The Glock, got a little sponge. You hit a little sponge right there. A little more creep right there. So that's the difference between these 2. If I help one person, you know, think about what should they get, I'm doing my job. That's how I feel about it. If one person out there was looking at these 2 and I helped them pick whichever one they want to pick, I'm doing my job. So that's what it's all about, helping people, you know, think about or helping them consider which firearm they want to get out here. Then I'm good with that. But I don't want to keep y'all too long. It's your boy New York Tactical coming to y'all with another fire-ass video in my back cave with these 2. These 2 babies right here. CZ P10C and the Glock 45 Gen 5, chambered in 9mm. Get at me, y'all, in the comments. Love is love. Stay focused. Love your family. And keep it real with yourself. That's what it's all about. It's your boy, New York. I'm out.